Welcome into Tennessee Titans today. If you guys want more videos all off-season long on news, rumors, draft, trade, free agency, everything going on around the Tennessee Titans, you have come to the right spot. Subscribe right now for more free videos. Today's Tennessee Titans video is all about potential trade candidates for Tennessee. This is candidates, i.e. guys on their own roster they could ship away, not guys they could go trade for. That is a different video. Big time wink. All right, first up is Ryan Tannehill. And I know that most, really all these guys are not going to get dealt. Trades don't happen as much as, they do in, say, the NBA, for example. But Tannehill does make sense as a trade candidate if and only if Tennessee can find an upgrade at the position, which they might not be able to do. He's got a large cap hit this upcoming year. It's a bit expensive and not one you like to see at that figure. The Tennessee Titans would save a good $10 million, though, with a trade. Tannehill, I think, likely is the starter this upcoming year, and he's shown flashes of being good, being a borderline top 10 QB in the NFL. And it's not fair to only look at the postseason, but at some level that is kind of all that matters in the end. And Tannehill, I think, is in what I call the tier 3 of QBs. You got your freaks, Mahomes, Allen, etc. You've got your franchise guys, your Russell Wilsons probably, your Deshaun Watsons off the field stuff, your Joe Burrows, I think, is in that group, your Matt Staffords. And speaking of Stafford, I think that's the path Tennessee needs to pursue. I would Goff Tannehill this year. I think Tannehill is a better QB than Jared Goff is. So what I would do is trade Tannehill and something, picks most likely, to get a better QB. Could you get an Aaron Rodgers? Could you get a Russell Wilson, a Kyler Murray, a Deshaun Watson if legal issues are cleared? If you could, I would ship off Tannehill. I go all in on getting one of those veteran big-time QBs like an Aaron Rodgers. Is that likely? No, it is not. I would be surprised if it went down. But if I'm Tennessee, I'm trying. I'm working my back channels trying to get that deal done. If I can't, then I'm probably just stuck, more or less, with Tannehill for at least one more year because the free agency options aren't good. So what do you think? Should the Titans trade away Ryan Tannehill? Type T for you trade him, or type in K for you keep him. I'm going to make this question the pinned comment on today's video. So if that ad break happens to come here on YouTube, well, then take advantage of it. Head down there to that pinned comment while the ad plays. Type in T for trade or K for keep. We're focused on guys that might have some value. That's Julio Jones. This one is a bit out there, to be clear. Not a great cap hit this upcoming year, $14.31 million, only $3.13 in savings with a trade. You could do him after June 1st if you, say, draft a receiver in round 1, then trade Julio before the preseason. That saves you a lot more money. But make no mistake, the Julio Jones trade has not been good so far for Tennessee. He wasn't good last year. If I had told you this was the production you were going to get from Julio Jones in even just 10 games, you'd have been pissed. That's not a good deal for Tennessee. That's a bad deal for the Titans. It was a disappointment from that end. But Tennessee also doesn't have much at the wide receiver spot. There's A.J. Brown, who I love, who you got to pay in the near future. Hopefully this offseason, by the way. You drafted guys like Dez Fitzpatrick and Racey McMath, who we'll get to Dez, by the way, in a second here. And Nick Westbrook-Ikhine going to be a piece? Maybe as wide receiver 4, not 2 or 3. Other part of this is this side. Julio's value, it's at an all-time low. You are not getting a second-round pick for him. You might get a 4th for him, which is kind of the whole Randy Moss trade. So you're probably better off keeping Julio and hoping he gets better. But if a team gets aggressive, maybe consider it and try to move on from what so far has unfortunately not been the deal we were all hoping for. Julio has not been the prince that was promised. Now, if you want more Titans videos and mediocre pop culture references, hit that big red button and subscribe for more Tennessee Titans videos. Not quite every single day, but if we get more subscribers, we can do that for this channel. The more subs we get on our Chat Sports channels, the more videos you guys end up getting. Dez Fitzpatrick is next up here because let's call him what he was, bad in year one. Now, the cap savings for a trade of Dez Fitzpatrick, it's all of it. Because they cut him last year, they already ate all of their future dead money by moving on from their 4th-round pick. So he's cheap right now, both in terms of the cap hit and the savings you would make. I don't know what he's worth. I did not like Dez Fitzpatrick coming out of Louisville. I had him far lower than what Tennessee took him. Now, he did have flashes, the touchdown catch in the 4 games he played, right? 5 catches, 49 yards. Maybe you trade him on draft night. Maybe if you take a receiver early in round 1 and potentially later on in day 2 or day 3, maybe then you shop Dez for a late round pick to get something back. I don't know if that would really end up going down. He was a bust in year 1. The hope was that Dez Fitzpatrick would be a key part of your offense. Maybe he still can be. It was a bust only in year 1, not necessarily a bust for his career. But the start is troubling. Tennessee didn't even keep him on the roster to open up the year. That's not good. That's a bad sign for Dez. I think receivers probably outside of tight end, your biggest need, at least one of them, this season. Remember, pay Harold Landry. So what do you guys think? What is the biggest need for Tennessee this offseason? Drop a position for me in the comments section. When we did cut candidates, we mentioned Janoris Jenkins. Well, any good organization would also consider trading that player first and foremost. Now, Jackrabbits got a $10.11 million cap hit in 2022. You save almost $7 million, a very nice 6.91 in savings with a trade. I don't know how much interest there would be in Jenkins. He's on the wrong side of his age. He's on the back nine of his career. And frankly, he wasn't great last year in coverage. He did miss some time, over 61% completion rate allowed, almost 650 yards, 639 to be exact, 6 touchdowns. I would not be surprised, if Jenkins gets cut outright. But you would probably leak that news first and then see if anyone wants to make that offer, which happens all the time in the NFL. You would, in theory, then make Caleb Farley your next outside corner, which I am all for. I love him coming out of Virginia Tech. I want him to be good if he's healthy. The savings there, you could take that money for Janoris Jenkins and help you pay other guys you got to pay. Landry, Simmons, A.J. Brown. So I only got 4 names in the end on this list. And I'm sure there are more that you guys might want to trade. So I want to hear from you in the comments section. Name a player who you think the Tennessee Titans should trade this offseason. I did not put Derrick Henry, Taylor Lewan, other big names on that list. I don't think you should trade those guys. So I tried to stick with players who, A, you've heard of, that have some value and are also maybe worth trading away. Remember, folks, to subscribe for more Tennessee Titans videos right here on Titans Today.